Today we're going to stain the deck, the gorgeous deck that my lovely husband built for us. I am going to use Olympic Elite Stain and Sealant. Where did this come from? Home Depot. Walnut. It's a walnut color. We got a little problem down here. Put a mat down, and as you all know, we live down in Connecticut currently, and so we're gone like a week at a time. We come up here on weekends and on holiday time, so it looks like we have a little patch of where the mat was. Hopefully I can cover that. I'm going to sweep the whole thing down, make sure I get rid of all the debris, and then I'm going to start rolling it out.
That's coming up a treat, honey. Look at that. Robin's all tuckered out.
Yeah, hard work in the sun.
Yep. Yeah, look, the deck looks amazing. Well done. Robin's done a great job.
Share a glimpse through our lens as we create a sustainable farm, handcraft our home from the forest, and share with you our successes and failures. Welcome to the Old North Homestead.
G'day. So with all this sawmilling, where are we going to put all the wood? So today we're going to construct a drying platform. Got some 4x6s out of here. Got a couple of those strapped together, turn it over and put it flat on the ground, and we'll start getting some stickers so that we can put the wood down in the proper place for it to air dry. So I'll get some of this pressure treated pine down to the sawmill area, and we'll start building. Now I'm thinking the area should be just here. Over this way we have the end of the sawmill, so that when the items are cut, it can be taken straight off to come over this way, where we'll have the drying bed here. It's unlevel ground, so I've got to get the shovel out, get it nice and flat, and just put a 4x6, 2 in the rails, 4 feet wide. I think I'll use a 4 foot width, so we can have probably around about 3 or 4 boards side by side, plenty of air drying. Going to fix the 2 4x6s with some 6x2s, and then I'm going to flip it over and put some deck boards on top, stringers. to 48. 60. Here it is, all finished. Now we've got 16-inch centres on those deck boards, so the 1x1 stickers will go on each one of those and spaced out nicely for the wood to dry.
Sometimes
If you're thinking about getting a sawmill yourselves, recommend the Woodland Mills. What I'm doing right here now is taking off the cover. This cover is pretty well made. It's extremely heavy and very thick gauged vinyl, so keeps the weather off the actual machine. Just adjusting the clamp to hold the 3 pieces of milled wood onto the sawmill, and making 1x1 stickers. The lubrication on the sawmill's blade is plain water with a bit of dish soap. It's fed down through a clear plastic tube and it's straight onto the actual saw blade. Just a little bit of adjustments needed there to make sure you don't put too much or too less lubrication. Just got to have a nice little trickle coming out there. Perfect. So they say make this snug, and they say just use your finger and your thumb to turn it around until you can turn it no more with just your finger and thumb, which is about there. So this is the point now. Well, I've got to somehow turn this 2.5 times. So I'm going to turn it around half. That's 1, 1.5, 2.5, and that's the blade tighten. If we look at it here, you guys can come around here. You will see this blade now is very, very tight. Okay. Now, I did have an issue with the throttle. I just really couldn't get a max throttle setting on the actual handle or throttle handle. So it was just a matter of an adjustment of the throttle cable using a pair of pliers to pull it all the way through. Oh, there we go, start. As you can see, we're making 1x1 sticks out of a fair few 1-inch thick milled wood. I'm just going to get the circular saw out and make the 4-foot lengths for the drying bed. So I've stopped the sawmill because, I don't know whether you can see this or not, but this is the saw blade, and if I travelled any more it would have hit this, and this would have been the first saw blade I would have to go and buy, because these are like $40 a piece, and if you hit metal with a saw blade it's going to make it extremely blunt, and it's very expensive to replace. So luckily I saw this, and the reason thing is I've actually put this dog the wrong way around. It should be over here, so that this part is sticking down, not sticking up. So luckily I caught that and saved the saw blade. Put it down there and put it stay right and finish off. Oh, this is how a log gets loaded to the sawmill. There we have it. We have 3 2x7s, or just under, say 2x6 by 3/4. Strip that down with a circular saw. We'll get 2x6s out of that perfectly. And so the 3 of those boards, and there's a 1x7 inch left over, so that's going to sit there to dry out as well. So that's the first log. It's for those that want to know the type of wood, it's beech. You know, before I put the beech log onto the sawmill, a bit of trepidations in terms everyone was saying, oh, this is really hard stuff. But that sawmill, she performed well, and it just ripped through it like butter, as you saw. Pretty happy with that sawmill. Yeah, a bit sunburnt, I can say. So, but it happens. Born in England, lived in Australia, living in US in the forest. Couldn't be happier. Cheers, guys. See you next week.